What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Next Moon YT channel. Springtime is just around the corner. That means I'll be out doing some tailgating and camping. So today I'm going to show you how to make a table for the back of your SUV. That was easy, simple, and quick. So stay tuned. So here are the tools and materials I'm going to use to make this tailgating table. Of course, you need a board to act as your main table. That size that you want to use will depend on the width of the interior space of your trunk. I would suggest something that is about 3 feet wide and roughly maybe 2 feet to 2.5 feet deep. So these are the tools you are going to need: a tape measure, a hinge, a U-bolt. My U-bolt is about 2 inches from side to side and 2 3/4 inches tall. We're gonna need a scrap piece of wood. That may be optional. We need some kind of power drill. We need also another scrap of wood that's gonna act as a support. That's gonna be whatever you have lying around. And we need some kind of hand saw, or you can use any kind of saw you have. So let's get started. So we need to measure where the U-bolt will stay in your hatch latch. From this position where my finger is, we have to measure from here to any point within the inside of your trunk that provides a level space. So you want to do roughly something like this. You want to overlap the edge of your latch opening by at least 1 to 2 inches. So you take that measurement, something like this, and we're going to transfer it to the board. So taking the latch measurements from the trunk, I'm going to place an area on the board and mark where I need to drill 2 holes for the U-bolt to go through. So using the U-bolt as a measuring tool, this is where I need to drill my holes. So I already pre-drilled the holes, so this is what it will look like at the end, right? So you want your U-bolt to be able to go in. Also, since the U-bolt is taller than the thickness of my wood, I need some kind of spacer. So if I've used a piece of spare wood that I've also drilled the same hole so that the U-bracket can go through, just like this. So the finished product for the holes will look like that. So the dry fit will be the U-bolt going through the hatch latch and then going through the wood and also going through the spacer. And it'll be secured by the hardware that comes with the U-bolt. So let's do this. So this is the final assembly after finger tightening all the bolts and screws. And as you can see, while it holds it in place, it still goes flaps up and down because we need a support. So here's a look at what's underneath. As you can see, there's a space between the bumper and the underside of the table. So we need to make a little support that will hold up the table and gives it some vertical stability. And I'll show you how to do that. So the next step is to take your square or rectangular piece of wood and use it to make a reference. And you can use a pencil and just draw out where the bumper space is and estimate where the board will rest. So in this case, it looks like something like this for me. And in the cutouts, I've used some felt just to protect the finish of my bumper. That's optional. If you want to use the felt, just leave a roughly 1/8 space from your measurements. So it looks something like this. And then I've added a hinge as a way to secure this scrap piece of wood to my table. So after transferring the measurements to the underside of the tabletop, I'm gonna attach this scrap piece of wood with the hinges. It's just like so. So this is the final product. When you're transporting the under table, it will look like that. It will lay flat and not take up too much space. When you're using it, it'll be upright like this. And just by flipping over the tabletop, gravity will flip this up straight for you, the support section. Okay, so this is how it's going to look when it's all done. All right, this is the moment. This is what the finished product looks like. Here's my portable tailgating table, and this thing is solid. I'll give you a walk around of what it looks like. This is what it looks like underneath. Here's the hinge, and here is the support resting on the bumper. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you make your own table. This is going to be useful for my camping, for my tailgating parties, and for wherever you may need a little space on your trunk for. So hope you tune back, hope you subscribe, hope you share with your friends, and I'll see you on the next video. Subscribe.